back. Today, on this day in history, on June 23rd, 1992, Mafia boss John Gotti, who was nicknamed the Teflon Don after escaping unscathed for several trials during the 1980s, is sentenced to life in prison after being found guilty on 14 accounts of conspiracy to commit murder and racketeering. Moments after his sentence was read in a federal courthouse in Brooklyn, hundreds of Gotti supporters stormed the building and overturned the smashed cars before being forced back by police reinforcements. Gotti, born and educated in New York City, became head of the powerful Gambino family after boss Paul Castellano was murdered outside a steakhouse in Manhattan in December 1985. The gang assassination, the first in 3 decades in New York, was organized by Gotti and his colleague Sammy the Bull Gravano. The Gambino family was known for its illegal narcotics operations, gambling activities, and car theft. During the next 5 years, Gotti rapidly expanded his criminal empire, and his family grew into the nation's most powerful mafia family. Despite wide publicity of his criminal activities, Gotti managed to avoid conviction several times, usually through witness intimidation. In 1990, however, he was indicted for conspiracy to commit murder in the death of Paul Castellano, and Gravano agreed to testify against him in federal district court in exchange for a reduced prison sentence. On April 2nd, 1992, John Gotti was found guilty on all counts, and on June 23rd was sentenced to multiple life terms without the possibility of parole. While still in prison, Gotti died of throat cancer on June 10th, 2002. Also on this day in history, 2018 Thai soccer team becomes trapped in a cave. 2013, Wallinda makes Grand Canyon crossing on a high wire. In 1956, Gamal Abdel Nasser is elected president of Egypt. In 1940, Hitler takes a tour of Paris. In 1972, Title IX is enacted. In 1972, H.R. Haldeman encourages Nixon to ward off the FBI. In 1989, Tim Burton's Batman is released. And in 1934, even without a corpse, a murderer is uncovered. Well, that has been this day in history. Please come back tomorrow for our next history. Godspeed, fair winds, and following seas. Thank you, and goodbye.